to the official Game Skinny podcast. Today is August the 7th, 2013. We are streaming live on Twitch TV/GSRoundTable. We do this every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, and the recordings will be posted Fridays on Game Skinny. I hope. We can hope. And there are 7 of us here today. It's a bit of a smaller crowd than we usually have, but we are on video, and we're all on video. I'm impressed by this. I wasn't sure this would actually happen, but here we are. So, guys, tell us a little about yourself. A nudist?
I'm a nudist. You guys call me NuNu, and I go by a nudist Teheda over on Game Skinny.
Should I say something?
Sorry. Then we have Gary.
I'm Gary. I have a butterfly on the wall behind me. And
yep. It's to proclaim his manliness.
Yes, and I go by Gabriel.
Get more.
Oh, and I go by Gabriel Cross on Game Skinny. That's it.
Next we have Ernesto.
Hello, I'm Ernesto. I go by the Dork Knight on Game Skinny, and I'm drinking a delicious beer.
He's new.
Cheers.
Dude, I got Sunkiss.
I just have water. I'm boring. We also have Rob.
Hi.
His sexy headset.
Yes, my sexy headset and my awesome bed frame in the background. Don't mind me if I sound like crap. I got a head cold, so it happens.
It happens.
But I got beer.
Speaking of being sick, Louie. We have Louie.
Hi guys, I'm Louie. I'm also a little under the weather. I got it from cuddling with Rob. So.
Is that how you got so scruffy as well?
In that bed. It was
just
in that
laying
bed.
in bed for days.
Yeah, he stole Rob's hair. Is what happened.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Migrated.
Osmosis. We also have Brian here today.
Hi everybody, I'm Brian. You can call me Roth. I am a staff editor over at Game Skinny, and these are my minions.
I prefer the term nugget.
Yes, my nuggets. There you go.
No, I don't know. Between the two, I like minions.
Banana.
I'll fight you for this term.
Potato, tomato. I mean.
Yes.
Sorry if the screen changing is a little bit off. I'm not all here sometimes.
Too busy drinking beer.
Too many beer. Too many
beer.
Too
much beer. That, and we're also talking all at once. We do that sometimes. Yeah, and I'm Stephanie. I am now Stephanie on Game Skinny. I switched that around, but you can still find me under /Mirrored Sakura.
Are you not Mirrored Sakura anymore?
It's difficult. Anyway, we have quite a few topics for us to talk about today. I'm pretty excited about a whole bunch of them, but first we're going to start off with the PS Vita. They're bundling it with the PS4, or rumored to be bundled.
Yeah,
for you know more. Yeah. You know more about this than me.
So the whole argument... Oh, go ahead. My bad.
Oh, no, I was just going to say,
Fighting
rumor that they're going to be bundling the Vita with the PS4, which a lot of people were hoping they would do from the start because of the whole cross-play connectivity with it. So I think it's totally awesome news, and I'm super excited because I haven't pre-ordered it yet because I procrastinate. So I'm happy because I want to actually pre-order this bundle.
Now, what did they say the price point was going to be?
Sorry. Price point? I think they said, again, rumor, it's only like $500, which is a pretty sweet deal.
I call BS on that. They are not going to release that bundle for $500. If they do, I will eat this hat. I made that promise last night. I will make that promise live. If they release it for $500 on the dot, I will eat this hat, and it will be our podcast. The only thing in the podcast.
Yes, we will all sit and watch as he slowly, bite by bite.
Eats his favorite hat.
Eats his hat. Eats his
It's my favorite hat. I mean, come on. I'm that serious about it.
Okay, Brian, did you have anything else to add?
So the whole argument that everybody was just another thing of reasons why people were going to go for PS4 over the Xbox is because of the price. And people aren't realizing that you're going to pay more probably for the PS4 with everything together. And then the Xbox, you get everything that you'll need in one package.
Like the camera. They're not bundling the camera in at all, are they? They're just pretending that doesn't exist until they have more games for it.
Yeah, and Xbox is releasing with the Kinect because they want game developers to always make their games compatible with it. And the reason game developers weren't before is because there wasn't enough people that actually had the Kinect. So now they're making it a piece of the console, so every game is going to have Kinect.
Well, not every game, but...
Okay, well, right now the price point for the Xbox One is $500, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. The price point for the PS4 is what?
400.
400
Yeah,
bucks.
400.
The camera is 60.
Yeah.
Still 460 bucks.
Yeah, but then there's also the what do they call it? The PlayStation
Move
Plus.
Yeah, PlayStation Plus. That people aren't realizing that you're gonna have to pay for that now, and your Xbox Live stuff is going to carry over. And I'm pretty sure the Xbox Live subscription is going to be cheaper than the PlayStation Plus.
Xbox Live Gold. Xbox Live Gold is $60 a year.
Well, that's like the highest tier, but regular Xbox Live is not that, right?
Yeah, but with regular Xbox Live, you can't do anything.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything if you have a silver. But it's still gonna cost people more than they're thinking. Like $400 doesn't buy you everything that the PlayStation can do. And I brought that point up like during E3.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say like that's the reason that they were able to come out at a cheaper price was because they decided last minute not to bundle the camera with it.
But how many hardcore gamers really care about that camera, honestly?
No
Yeah,
one.
that's maybe people will start caring about it if, like he said, developers start making games that have features that include the camera. Then maybe people will start caring about it. And right now, we don't even know how well this Kinect 2.0 works. Like everyone mocks the original Kinect because it is kind of iffy. It's not that good. Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know about any of you guys, but I'm really excited for the Kinect 2.0. The stuff that they're going to be able to do with it. Illuma Room? I'm all over that.
That would be cool. That would be cool.
It does look pretty cool.
Well, here's the thing.
I think
goes
go on,
for the
go on.
camera. And they're gonna start streams, so possibly the camera can do like face streaming during your game streaming.
Right.
Yeah, they partnered with Twitch, I think, didn't they? Oh no, you stream.
Microsoft did partner with Twitch, I think, but I don't know what PlayStation's doing.
I think they partnered with
Ustream
or Uplay.
I think a thing going for the camera, like all of motion cap gaming right now, is if it is bundled with the Xbox, people like developers are going to develop games for the Xbox with it. That will that kind of enthusiasm probably will carry over to games that are going on the PS4.
Wasn't that one of the selling points for the Xbox as well? So people can develop games for the Kinect?
Yeah, probably. And you're ensured that like people who buy this console are going to buy this extra piece of hardware because it's part of it now. It's not another $60 you have to sell on top of your game.
But for the developers, that's still an extra $1,000 they have to spend to develop with it.
Yeah, but if that does catch on and it looks like motion cap gaming is trying to be the next step in gaming, I think developing for Xbox will be easier in that respect than it is developing for the PS4, and that kind of enthusiasm will carry over to the PS4, so people will try to buy the camera eventually.
I don't see gamers really catching on to motion capture just because
we're lazy.
Because we're lazy. And if I want it to work out, I go out for a run, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I will work out while gaming all day long.
After the extremely disappointing Star Wars Kinect and the ever lovely Disneyland Kinect, I'm really not sold on motion capture stuff.
Because that's what gamers were looking for, Disneyland Connect.
Yeah,
but that's
That was the next AAA title there.
But I've heard, you know, I mean, they tried to make Fighters Uncaged. That didn't work out very well. The only game that was really worth.
Yes. I played that. That was a whole lot of. Continue. Sorry.
That. The only game that was really worth it was Connect Sports, and the one that came bundled with it. What was the one that came bundled with it?
What was the game with like the light show kind of thing?
Children of Eden? Or
Yeah,
some-
I heard that's the only good game that was really good on the Kinect.
Right.
Yeah, but like we said, I mean, no one was developing anything for the Kinect, and now that it's going to be included with, you know, they're going to move how many more Kinects that, I don't know, they moved like a few million this generation, and that means every Xbox One is going to have one, then, you know, the possibilities are endless.
I feel like the Kinect is just going to be used for things less than games now.
I respect that opinion.
Dance games. We'll do para. That'd be great.
I like
do dance games.
Voice Command. Voice Command was good on the Kinect.
Yeah.
It was okay.
I imagine they're going to try a bit more of that, like actual commands.
The voice commands kind of sucked for
Hey,
mine,
over
so-
here.
What I noticed with the voice commands was that when you say Xbox Netflix, it doesn't figure it out, but when you say Xbox Netflix, then it figures it out.
It's like talking to a small animal.
It's like you're not sure what you're saying.
Right.
I don't know.
They want to go here.
The Kinect was a little iffy this generation, like I said, so maybe they've worked out a lot of bugs for the 2.0. Don't know.
Oh yeah, they
Can't say.
have. I mean, it was a new technology when they came out with it, and now they've figured out, you know, everything that goes wrong with it.
Well, on top of that, the hardware can handle the Kinect now.
Yeah.
And if you have any problems with it, just ask the NSA.
Go
There we go.
Go there.
Somehow I knew that was coming. Although I am glad that we actually did mention like the camera for the PS4 because that's one of the other things we wanted to discuss today as well. That the controller actually needs the camera. The touchpad on the controller actually needs the camera in order to function.
Yes.
Was it NuNu who told me this?
I don't think so. That's actually news to me.
It was Anthony that told us.
It was
and-
yeah, it was
Anthony.
Anthony.
Oh, okay.
I double checked today. It's not the touchpad that's going to lose functionality. It's the move portion of the controller.
Oh yeah, that's a given.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Because it comes with the light
So-
bar on the controller.
So disregard.
Mhm. That light bar is still irritating as hell. It is
I don't know,
so
I like
darn
it.
shiny.
I like
Do
shiny.
you? I think that is going to be the thing that drains that controller the fastest because it's so.
What if it's not on if you don't have the camera?
No, it'll be on.
No, I'm pretty sure it'll be on. Like you can't turn it off. I think
For
that was one of the
example-
complaints about it.
For example, during if you're playing Killzone 4, that light bar will change color depending on how much health you have left in the game.
Oh yeah, I heard
Uh-huh.
that was a functionality. It'll like blink if
Yeah.
you're getting shot at and change colors if you're low.
Mhm. But
Which
it'll
is weird
because
you're not gonna be looking at the light bar while you're playing. It's gonna be like facing down. So what the hell's the point of that?
You'll see it reflected in the screen. I'm sure that thing is bright. Honestly, I'm just like I don't sit that far away from my TV. Like I will be
might-
able to see that.
It might be a little distracting, actually.
Mhm.
I don't think it's
But-
going to be distracting.
But you know you can't turn it off, so I guess we're gonna have to live with it either way. And in upcoming games, we have Zatanna was confirmed. We mentioned that last week, I believe.
Yeah,
That
we said-
that there was a rumor. Now it has been confirmed that she is the new character in Injustice.
it will release on Tuesday, and there's a video trailer for her already up.
If people don't know, she's like the magic person.
She's-
She looks like a magician.
You call her the magic person. I call her Fishnet. I'm quite happy with this fond memory because those legs.
Those legs.
For days.
Legs
Right?
for days.
Right?
Gives Chun-Li a run for her money.
She does pull a person out of a hat in Justice League cartoon.
And she has a shiny hat. You can't go wrong with
noticed-
this.
I noticed that one of her moves was like spinning slaps. Couldn't really tell,
yeah.
but she's
She's a lady.
I want to slap somebody.
Just cat fighting, just
Slap
like.
this up.
Yeah. Right? Is that all that she's gonna be, or is she gonna have some actual cool attacks?
She has some
The video I saw was
Because-
pretty badass.
I
Okay,
watched-
because
yeah.
Pathetic slappy attacks.
No,
bother me.
she has a lot of like magical looks like she'll have a lot of. She's a very combo centric character. So,
I hope so. Yeah, good.
I feel
Yeah,
like she's,
okay, sorry.
I feel like she's gonna be like Harley Quinn. If you guys have ever played the game, which I'm sure a lot of you have, she's very heavy on the combos, but her attacks are really weak. So it takes a really long time to actually defeat somebody.
Combo breaker.
Yeah, I don't like her finisher though. It's kind of lackluster.
I feel like the
Ooh.
DLC characters got pretty shitty finishing moves.
Yeah, it's basically she traps them in a magical prison and then tosses them at the ground.
Pile drives him to the
Yeah.
ground.
And that's literally it?
Yep, that's
Yeah.
it.
Oh, wow, that's terrible.
Superman like flies you out of the earth and throws you back, and
Didn't Zod have a not so good finisher either?
None of them really did.
Yeah. Okay.
What's the Marvin Manhunters?
I liked Lobo giving the finger. That was about it.
Okay. Next we have Bioshock. More confirmations. Ernesto?
So the first DLC for Bioshock was the challenge maps. What was it called, Louis? You remember?
Clash in the Clouds.
Clash in the Clouds. All right. The second DLC is going to be part of the storyline, and your playable character is going to be Elizabeth. Your companion character.
The first part, you're Booker.
The first part, you're Booker.
Yeah, the first part, you're Booker. The second half of the story, which is called Buried at Sea, you play as Elizabeth, and your companion is a AI-controlled little sister.
Okay.
So, sorry. Yeah.
No, yeah. The first DLC, which was Buried at Sea, is going to be the second one.
Yeah, it's a 2-part single-player
Oh,
DLC.
there's 2 parts of the single player. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to be able to control Elizabeth's tears.
That's so cool. Yes.
You get to control her what? Sorry?
Her tears.
Her tears. You get to control how she cries.
In the game, Elizabeth was able to open portals to other time zones or time areas, or just alternate realities. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
She was able to open alternate realities and pull stuff from that side onto your side. So
Mhm.
now you're going to be able to actually do it yourself instead of ordering her around to do it.
I wonder how that'll actually play out as. Like, that sounds so cool.
Yeah, I wonder if she'll be
Like-
able to use
like, can you
weaponry and
choose?
stuff.
Like, will you be able to
Levine?
choose, or?
Levine said during the interview that when you play as Elizabeth, you're going to change your mode of gaming more towards stealth and tactics, not as much weapons. But he said that working with tears isn't going to take away from the experience.
I'm excited for that. That sounds actually a lot of fun. You know, a different little twist on what we're kind of used to with the Bioshock franchise.
Yeah. I'm wondering how this Elizabeth is going to differ from the Infinite Elizabeth. I mean, the looks is already...
Well, she's a smoker, that's for one.
Don't you know
Yeah.
that stuff will kill you?
You know who she looks like? She looks like the Elizabeth, the older Elizabeth that you see in Bioshock Infinite. When you walk through one of the caves.
Is that a spoiler?
Not really.
Okay.
That's mid game.
That's still a spoiler because I've not played any Bioshocks.
Well, you're missing out because they are a fantastic bunch of games.
It's been out for a while too, so.
Yeah. Next Steam sale. You're now obligated.
That's
No.
what I've been waiting for.
Not doing it.
All right. So what
Disappointing. Okay, moving on. Moving on. We have so November 14th. We're streaming. They're streaming a live. They're doing a live streaming of multiplayer for Call of Duty.
Lame.
Oh my God! Just don't say that to me.
Call of Duty is fired.
Call of Duty is good to play when you're drinking with your friends.
On PC or a console?
Console.
console?
Do I ever talk about the PC?
That's what I had
Call
to
of Duty
make
is
sure.
fun for the first week.
Okay.
You guys are just mad because you're not good at it.
What's a console?
No, because it's a series that needs to die.
Okay.
Yes.
Anyway,
StarCraft
Thank you.
needs to die. Eh.
thank you so much
League
for
of
that.
Legends.
League of Legends
Time.
never is going to die.
Okay, sorry for interrupting.
All right, so November 14th, the developers of Call of Duty will be showing the new multiplayer modes live streaming online.
And there'll be dogs?
And there will be a dog.
Hey, that might be cool. You know, a little diversity into an otherwise bland multiplayer mode, because everyone says, "Oh, it's the same thing year after year." So if they want to introduce new things, I don't think that's a bad idea.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Mm.
you can play. Dude, oh man, I completely just blanked on the game's name, but you could control regular soldiers and then smaller little minions,
Overlord?
and the minions
No.
were complete. No, it's something else. But it completely changed the gameplay, and yeah, you could be the big guy with the gun, but if you could play as like the dog, perhaps on the multiplayer mode, then you could run around and sneak and play maybe a stealth more kind of game. I don't know.
They're replacing zombies with dogs.
Aww, that's so.
They have to, well, there has to be a gimmick for everyone.
Okay, but you're not going to
Might
run
as
around
well.
killing dogs. That would be really messed up.
Well, you ready
It would be.
kill dogs.
Yeah, but
In the
running around
games.
killing people is okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because people can kill you back.
Dogs
So
can kill
can
me.
dogs. So can dogs. I have a scar on my face from being bit by a dog. So.
I think Call of Duty is just getting to this point now where it's making an event for every little detail about the game.
Well, I mean,
Like,
it's an annualized game, and you got to think about the competition. The only competition they have is Battlefield, because what was the other one? Medal of Honor was terrible.
Oh god.
Halo's
That was the
such a
only
bad game.
FPS I liked.
The first one was good.
I
Medal
was
of
too
Honor,
interested
Allied
in it.
Assault was my game.
The most recent one though has just completely taken itself out of the equation because it's just so bland, and like people criticize Call of Duty for being bland. This was like the blandest of bland. This was like I don't know, the Canada of
Hey!
games.
You can suck it.
That's horrible.
But Halo's competition for Call of Duty and
Not anymore.
Battlefield. It is. Have you played Halo 4?
It's
It was fun.
a different niche, though, and on top of that, you can't
Yeah.
play Halo on PS3. So,
Mm.
Who cares?
There's no real competition
Yeah,
for that.
There you go.
I just my spin on it.
Hmm?
That was
It's
just
fair.
my spin on it.
It is fair. Canada. Such a jerk. I will take you. Anyways, next we have Left 4 Dead 3, which happened to be leaked while doing a Valve
Kind of.
office tour. Kind of. It was leaked kind of. People saw it on the screen.
Valve can count to 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know,
I
man. Valve
mean-
is genius.
I mean, we've been waiting for like a third title in any of their Valve like series, so any hint of like something new
well, the other thing
pretty
that
good
got
in my book.
The other thing that got leaked on that computer screen was that they're working on
Portal. Damn.
No.
Source 2. So a new engine,
Mm-hmm.
and
So they can count the 2 and 3 at the same time?
yes,
Well, we knew
that's-
they could count
that's
the
really
2.
big. That's really big news. You know, they're now with the whole new generation of consoles, they're moving up with an engine. So I'm happy for that.
They need to.
It's gonna
You
make
also have to
cool.
consider. My bad.
What?
You have to consider how much attention they're paying to Dota 2 right now. Like that's like 100% of the radar right now.
Right?
That
They're
is
streaming.
also very
They're
true.
streaming the big thing right now for Dota
Yeah,
2, aren't they?
The biggest
Yeah.
prize pot for any esports tournament is happening right now, and I think that the finale
Right
is
now.
Sunday.
Are you still watching it? I know you
I'm
were.
not still watching it, but earlier there was damn near 500,000 people watching.
Yeah.
That's
Which-
just
Nice.
crazy.
There was a lot
That's
of
an
people
insane
watching.
number.
I mean, I was
Nice.
watching it earlier, and it was okay. I'm not really too fond of Dota all that much, but It's entertaining.
Dota 2 is harder to watch, in my opinion, than League of Legends.
Yeah, I
It's
agree.
harder
That's
to
just 'cause
play
I-
too.
Yeah, there's a lot more dynamic stuff in it. Like, you can destroy the trees and, like, open up a lane. There's just a lot more going on.
Mm-hmm.
You make fun of me for my Call of Duty dogs. I'll make fun of you for breaking trees.
But that's awesome. Being
Yeah,
able
trees
to
are awesome.
being able to destroy your environment is like one of the
So
coolest
being
parts
human.
of video games to me.
You know,
It's-
that's also
it's-
how they describe
No, I
sociopaths.
Yeah. Hey now.
Whatever. I'm a sociopath then.
Right? I'm like, oh my gosh, I can do this. My bushes aren't actually a pretend wall. That's
Well-
one of the things that grabbed me for like Oblivion when I first fell in love with that.
See, the thing is, MOBAs have been doing this already. The whole destructible environment thing has already been in Han and maybe in the first Dota. I don't know.
Yeah, the original Dota.
It's still
Did you guys
cool
ever play
every
Warcraft
time
3?
we see.
But in Han, it was already in there. So like League of Legends and what's the other one? Dawngate kind of got rid of that completely.
Well, Leagues has been around a lot longer than Dawn, but
Yeah, but I'm just saying. I'm giving examples of MOBAs.
yeah.
Of course, Dawngate's like completely different than League of Legends. So whatever.
Still not my thing. I am bad. I am bad
Just
at
takes a little bit of practice.
having strategy. You're silly. You're silly. I think Civ is as like high octane as I could get with
What
like
are you talking
strategy.
about?
Speaking
Civ's
of
harder.
MOBAs, speaking of MOBAs, actually speaking of Dawngate, they just released today that they're releasing a new champion or a new shaper to their lineup, which is actually pretty exciting considering they only have 14. So it's like a tanky female role. So that's pretty
Sweet.
awesome.
I like tanky.
I'm pretty excited about it because like the way
tanky
the
females.
way they explained it is kind of like
Females.
playing a tank in World of Warcraft, and I tanked in World of Warcraft the whole time I played it. So like she has this shield that she can target an enemy with and actually strafe towards like to block things, and there's been no strafing in MOBAs ever.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's a good idea.
So it's actually a really cool concept.
Strafing.
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 I would rather
I have
say
a topic that I'm super excited about. So I don't know about anybody else, but American McGee's Alice was one of my favorite games when I was younger. No? Nobody?
Wait,
I like
Nobody-
it. Play it.
I'm
you never
excited
played it?
for you.
You
I'm
never
excited
wanted to
for
be
you.
like an English girl with a super magical skirt that like turned
no,
into
no,
an
I did-
umbrella?
I did
There was-
play it.
Oh, you did! Excellent. You didn't like it? It was whatever.
It's a
I felt-
game.
The second one got a little more mainstream though. The
Yeah,
Madness
that's true.
Returns.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's because it was more released on more platforms this time around.
Yes! Thank you, Rob. Thank you.
Nice.
I fucking
Thank
love
you.
this game.
I wanted to find a like actual copy of it forever, and I couldn't because everything is like $80 now if you want to get it used.
Shh. I stole mine. Be quiet.
Money.
Don't do this. Don't do this.
But with regards to American McGee's Alice, after the sequel, they have decided to come out with more. They wanted to fill out the lore a bit more. They're not making it a video game now. They're trying to do a series. They're doing something different. They're doing a series of animated shorts, and they just finished funding their Kickstarter. I was
Wait.
one of the people who pledged for that thing. I am so excited.
Wait,
And
so they're not doing a video game at all?
I'm not sure if they are. Like
think-
they were in discussions with EA. American was in discussion with EA about a third title, but right now what he's concerned with is doing a bunch of animations. So like a sort of digital series, basically.
man,
I'll just chime in real quick. I think EA said that the last game didn't sell as well as they'd hoped.
It's
So
true.
they felt like it wasn't viable for like a third game, so he kind of went out and did his own thing with this Kickstarter.
It's also one of the things that's because they've been trying to push an American McGee's Alice movie for years and years and years, and there's
Whoa.
Crickets?
I don't know, but it sounds like some sort of giant wave is like coming upon my house, which is in the middle of the suburbs in Canada. So
Well, that's good.
that happened.
Probably just
I'm
a
not
good-
sure how much of that you could hear, but yeah. Anyway, they've been trying to push this movie for ages, but it kept getting pushed back. The Tim Burton movie pretty much slammed any idea for any alternate Alice in Wonderland movies for a few years, so that stagnated. And but now they're trying to do this to find more investor support. They're going to come out with these shorts to say this is what we can do, and hopefully it'll develop into taking Alice back to the big screen like we'd always hoped.
That would
The
be awesome.
Kickstarter was crazy. I was like refreshing like a madman for the last 2 days because it looked like it wasn't going to make it. It was like stuck at maybe like 160 or 170,000, and they needed 200,000 to fund their goal, but they kind of blew past that in like the last 18 hours. It was exciting. I've never watched Kickstarters. This is my first time. It was like heart pounding.
I did that for my Wii at one.
I had no idea it could be like this. That was my exciting news of the day.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he got his full feature-length film. Hollywood doesn't have that many ideas, so.
Yeah, I hope so. They are still hoping for like a lot. He says there is a hope for other investors, not just from Kickstarter. So we can hold that hope. And but moving on from my excitement,
Something I can talk about.
to something you can talk about because you didn't like this amazing game. You're a terrible person. You were the one that in fact brought up that the Senate was discussing violence in video games again, right?
Yes, even though there has been countless studies done by all kinds of credible sources on how
Here we
violence in
go.
video games doesn't cause violence in real life, the Senate's now voting to spend more of our money that we give them to do a study on something we've already studied and proven that there's no reason to study it, there's no connection.
This
On the
is
bright
just-
side.
Everybody wants to have a political agenda, and that's what it is.
But on the bright side, if hypothetically the Senate testing proves what many of us believe, that it doesn't cause violence, then we
It's
have
true.
something for ammo for us, basically. That was a poor
Maybe.
metaphor.
Maybe, but
I
isn't
just got that. Good, good.
Isn't it sponsored by the people who originally did this study to prove that there was a link between violence and video games? So isn't there already an inherent bias that they want a certain result out of this?
Of course, every time someone orders a test, there's going to be a bias on it, but
If it's
I
the
don't
same
know.
people, aren't they really just making themselves look like idiots in the first place?
hey,
We
welcome to
did
the
this
government.
already, but
Ah.
now we've proven. Who's echoing? I am very disappointed.
I don't know.
It's not me.
But to play devil's advocate, to say that people aren't influenced by any sort of violence in the media or video games is kind of ignoring the fact that they are. I mean, we talk about young girls being influenced by a unattainable standard of. Okay, the echo is really bad.
Who isn't wearing headphones?
I am.
I got headphones if you can't see me.
No. Okay. Okay. What was it? There's an unobtainable. People complain that young girls are influenced by an unobtainable standard of beauty within the media, and people agree. Yes, that being bombarded 24/7 by images of very thin models might make a girl doubt her self-image. So, wow, that is really bad.
I'm getting it from Gary's mic.
It's my mic, but I don't understand. I turned my sensing all the way down.
You're fired. Just mute yourself.
Just
Get outta
mute
here.
yourself when you're not talking, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
Get out of
Okay.
here.
Please continue.
I'm
scolded
sorry.
him.
Where was?
You like
So-
a little meat on their bone. That's what we were talking about.
No, I was saying that if people can bring up that that children are influenced by an unobtainable standard of beauty, why can't they say that they're influenced by violence, especially if it's in the media 24/7, even if it's fictionalized violence?
But isn't it a line we're crossing though? There's violence in video games, music, movies, literature. I mean, if you start censoring video games, what's next?
Oh no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that there are that violence is influencing us in some way. It's not causing someone to
I
go
think it's not
shoot
a
up
major-
a school.
A major influence. That there is one, but it's not a huge influence. That only happens with crazy people.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like me playing Grand Theft Auto is not going to cause me to go shoot up a school. That's absolutely ridiculous.
If anything,
Exactly.
it'll lower your
If
rate
you-
of anger.
If you look up the stats, the
Why can't I
amount
stab
of
you?
violence, the amount of violent crimes and street crimes and stuff like that has gone down by a large margin since video games have become popular. Because
An
instead
outlet
of
for
kids being
frustration.
like let's go screw around on the street because we're freaking bored, we can play video games because we're bored.
I think that's simplifying the issue too much, but I see where you're coming from.
You
Yes,
just gotta look at the stats.
unless we have the stats in front of us, I wouldn't be able to say, because like you said, there are so many studies that say one thing and then other studies that say another thing, so it's kind of hard to pick which are more appropriate to apply in your hypothesis. I'm sorry for all my hand motions. That's how
I can
You're Italian in you.
I can understand why when. All right. So
And jive.
I can understand the rating scheme, all right? Because obviously a younger person playing video games is going to be more susceptible to
the influence.
the influence of the violence. But I'm 31 years old. I'm pretty sure you're all adults and you can go buy an M-rated game.
I'm not an adult.
Okay,
We know.
that,
We
that's
know
fine.
Mr. Butterfly Wall.
But if you're gonna get on a first-person shooter and cap somebody in the brain, or you're gonna go up and slice up some zombies in a zombie video game, you're not gonna go outside of your door and say, "All right, now I'm gonna go do it for real."
Yeah, of course, but you can just see the kind of vigor that is like online. Just when people get so violent, and like we've all seen that video of the little kid getting mad at the video game and smashing his keyboard, or just people commenting on chat speak, just being so rude and just threatening. It kind of brings out the worst of us. The video games bring out the worst of us at times. Yes, of course, it's not going to make me go stab someone, but come on, it does.
But
Just
the
to
nice
bring
thing,
up on that topic is that you said the kid who was smashing his keyboard over a video game, that was staged. It was all fake. And then you mentioned,
Or it
I
wasn't.
can't remember.
Or was
What
it?
about the WoW Kid freak out video from way back in the day?
Yeah, I think that's maybe the one he's talking about.
Yeah, the German kid.
Yeah, the German kid. Yeah,
Oh,
but I
really?
mean,
What
Oh,
if
was he German? Because he was
Yes.
speaking English.
No, he was speaking German.
yeah, it
No,
was-
I'm not talking about that video then.
Oh.
I'm talking
How
about
about
a kid
There are
that
many
his mom
videos.
deleted his account.
Oh, the
Yeah.
kid that shoved the remote
Oh.
up his ass?
Yeah, where the remote
Yep.
is wormhole.
Yep. These
That
are
was
the
staged
dark
as
days
well.
of the internet.
That was
We're
like
just
4
dawning.
years ago or something.
Yeah.
all right, well that's not. I mean, I'd be mad too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Mom, I transferred all the money out of the account and put it into another account that you're never going to know about. If the mom knew that, she'd probably be pissed and throw a remote up her butt, too.
Yeah, that's a good
It's just
point.
a standard
choice of
reaction.
words.
It's just a standard reaction. I mean, Right now, you guys are gonna making me want to stick this up my ass too.
I always look for the first remote I can find when I get angry.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't got a remote. I got a cell phone. Will that work?
You could take.
You would not be the first.
Just make sure you put it on vibrate before you put it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright.
I hear tell that's a kink. That's a special kink in China.
Oh,
I
you
don't
guys are
understand
nasty.
why, but yeah, my countrymen.
I thought Canadians were your countrymen.
This hangout just devolved. Just
Yeah, that dual
toilet
citizenship,
humor. It's
brah.
great.
You don't got that in America, but
America.
America.
Yeah.
But moving on, we also wanted to talk a little bit about the physical distribution versus digital. Like, are we moving towards purely digital video games?
Yes.
Like, no more boxes.
Yeah.
No,
No
I
more
I
boxes.
don't want to.
No. No.
Yes, people are going to resist the change, but it's going to happen, and this ties into how used game stores are going to die out as well. And you know what? Barnes and Noble's going to die out too. Everything is going to go digital because it's cheaper for the people that sell it.
Not
And
in my
people are going to
lifetime.
continue to buy it regardless.
Not in my
I
lifetime.
That's
It might take a while, but
Right.
it's going to happen. You can
It
buy
might
it, but it
take
will
a
happen.
while, but you were mentioning that you were thinking it would take maybe 10 years. I think it'll take a hell of a lot longer than that.
Oh yeah,
No.
it'll definitely take a lot longer. Actually, maybe
I
not as
believe that
long
it
with
will.
games.
Maybe with games, maybe, but they'll always come out with like a super, like limited edition, physical copy that people will just want because it's such a
Exactly.
pretty box.
I like
That'll
city
Or
boxes.
I love
something,
looking
it'll-
at my stack of games. So I
Yeah.
kind of want the physical. I don't want like just a digital.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, for most games, yeah, I can see that we'd all want like a digital copy. That'd be fine. It's cheaper for us, or should be. Like the digital copy should be cheaper than the physical. But we have a tendency to like really pretty things. You can see my room here. It's full of really, really pretty things that I want to
Don't
buy
make me
just
pull
to
it
buy.
out.
Exactly. We all have stacks and stacks of physical copies of video games that we keep around that we don't need, but we keep around because they're so pretty.
And I can't
And
get
that's
any
not
money
gonna go
for
away.
trading them in.
Yeah, and that's not going to go away, I think.
Oh,
They'll
there's the
always...
WoW stack.
The WoW stack.
The WoW stack.
Wow.
Not even the collector's editions. I also keep
Oh,
all of
wow.
my...
Wow. I'd rather play
What's-
ET.
Oh, it's passwords.
Rob
but
getting?
That's E3, and that's PAX.
Aw, you collect passes.
I do.
See, like, what if they just
Yeah.
gave you a digital pass where you just got to scan your phone? Like,
Well,
it's
yeah,
Or
totally-
a thumbprint.
Soon enough,
pass.
it won't even be a phone in our pocket. It'll be a chip in our brain.
Glasses. Oh, we don't even need
No, it'll be
Okay.
in us. We'll be born, and they'll put your social security number in your skin.
Hey, that's Revelations, Mark of the Beast.
My
I live
I
in the
like
Bible
Vita
Belt.
Saga.
I live in the Bible Belt. That's what people would say down here. Oh, you get that mark on the arm. That's the mark of the devil, Antichrist. On that note, though, having the physical though is something that the consumers want because remember during the E3 when Sony released their little ad that's here's how we trade games and they just hand it to each other. That's just and people went crazy about that. And that just shows that we're not ready to move to an all-digital future at the moment. Maybe, sometime in the future, but it's especially when we have 20% of the population right now that's without any sort of internet, there's still going to be physical locations for people to buy whatever, whether it be books, like you say, even though e-readers have become so popular within the past 10 years, or even video games. People are going to want physical copies of it.
Well, let me just point out, you said 20% don't have internet,
Yeah.
right? That's not enough to convince the people who sell it to us. 20% is not a significant figure for them to be like, okay, we're going to go after the 80%. We're not going to go after 20%. That's,
Well,
that's just
yeah,
how
after
economics
20%.
work.
One of the big things with
Wait.
one of the major things that that pretty much prevented Microsoft from doing some of the things that they did was the military voice. And I am in the military, and there were blogs upon blogs upon complaints about, I'm in the military. What if I'm in Iraq, Afghanistan, in the Middle East? There's no internet. What if I want to play Xbox One?
I completely understand that.
What was Microsoft's
Absolutely.
response to? What was Microsoft's response? Do you remember? We already had a console
like
for that.
Buy 360.
Called the 360.
And
right?
then they changed it, yeah.
So
Well, I mean, that was
but,
the needle that broke the camel's back. But I mean,
they changed it, so, I mean, is that...
Help?
the military very soon will be able to provide everybody in every combat area with internet because it will be essential for their combat. It's going to happen. Soon enough, we'll have internet across... I
I'm
mean, we
sorry,
already do have
Brian.
internet
No.
across the planet, don't we?
No.
You can go out in the middle of
Brian.
Sahara and get internet because of satellites, right?
Brian.
check it out.
Brian.
A place. Okay, if heaven forbid this happens, but if we invade or go into another conflict with another country that is of lesser technology than us, all right? Right now, in the bigger countries, yes, they can provide you with satellite internet at this point because we've already established a foothold in there. But if we start doing it again like we did during the initial invasion, I mean, it's going to be a start all over. And no, those troops are not going to have internet.
Okay.
What this guy said.
One of the major, huh?
I said what this guy said.
One of the major things with a soldier, and people don't understand this, is the morale drops significantly if you have nothing to do there. So Microsoft saying something like, oh, well, we do have a new console coming out, but it's internet connection only, but you can just buy a 360. It's basically a screw you to them.
Right.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And
Buy a
also thing,
PS3, man.
with an all digital future, the problem is with video games, it is a kind of niche market. So the people that are playing video games will have the access, but other markets like I don't know, just going to the store, going to Best Barnes and Nobles. Those are things that you don't necessarily need to have an internet for. So it's not really relevant to convert everything to a digital kind of format for shopping.
It's also a security blanket because the reason books still exist is because my book's not going to run out of batteries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
That's a really good point.
having a disc in my hand means I can take care of it. It's mine forever, and I can put it in my tray whenever I want. Digital media, it gets corrupted, you lose it, you got to re-download it, something's wrong with your internet connection. All
But
those
that's the
worries
point.
keep people from...
You can re-download it. That's the point. The servers, unless we have an apocalypse, the servers will be there. Unless the business crashes, the servers will be there.
The main problem is, say you get your downloaded program or whatever, your video game on a thumb drive, right? It's a corrupted file,
Yeah.
and you don't know it until you get over to where you're deployed at as a military personnel. You're not going to have internet. That's
Yeah.
just, it's not going to. If you're in a new combat zone, you're not going to have internet. That's just how it is. So how are you going to get that video game without having a hard copy?
Well, that's how it is now.
So how about this for
Right, that's
an
true.
idea? So we have all right. If you buy a Blu-ray disc, right, you want to watch an HD movie. Most Blu-ray discs now come with ultraviolet. Everybody here knows what ultraviolet is, right?
Yeah.
Purple stuff.
The movie?
Yes, the movie with Mila Jovovich. Every Blu-ray disc comes with.
Yes! Yes!
Yes. All right, Ultraviolet is a streaming movie service, sort of like Netflix. But what happens is when you purchase the disc, you have a download code that lets you have a streaming version of that on your PS3 or your PC or your Mac or whatever you have. Now with the PS4 having Gaikai, and I'm sure Xbox has some kind of competition for Gaikai, some kind of streaming video game service. Would it be in their better interest to say, just like they do with the crossplay, with the Vita crossplay, we're going to give you a physical copy just so that you never lose it. But if you need to stream it, we can also give you a code so that you can stream it.
How do you get the code, though?
It'll come in the
physical copy.
With a physical copy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, see,
They
that's
usually-
a kind of a testament to what I mean by how physical media will die out, because when you buy a physical media, they're also giving you the stream media at the same time, because that's where it's moving to.
Yeah, they're like weaning us into the next.
Exactly. They're presenting the fact that it can happen, that it works.
Right. So why not do that with games as well?
Well, that's what
They do.
Are they doing that? Yeah.
They do. They do bundle. They for example, I know with Unreal Tournament 3, they gave you the physical copy, and you could also submit that for Steam, a Steam copy as well.
Really?
Same with Portal 2 on the PS3.
They have a few.
I
They have
remember
quite a few games that can do that. They listed on the Steam website. What I have an issue with is not necessarily with video games, although I expect in the future it will become a bigger issue. But for now, we're running into versions of software where people buy the, for example, Adobe Cloud, and they buy a certain version of that, and then Adobe doesn't want to keep supporting those servers for older versions of Adobe. The collection, I suddenly forgot what they call it, the suite, for Photoshop and After Effects. That's only going to become a bigger problem for software. I imagine once certain games get less popular, they will want to like offload those off their servers. And
you know, I think another danger of the all digital. I mean, it has so many benefits, but a danger is that, like, if you look at the PlayStation game network, you have all those games at your disposal to play. But the problem is you don't actually own any of them. You can access them, but you don't get to own, and that's, I mean, a problem with the all digital. That since you don't actually physically have it on you, you can't say that you own it, and the corporations or whatever, they can say, well, we'll sell you the rights to the product, but you don't actually get to own it. You get to use it for the price.
Yeah. Another problem I have. Sorry, finish up.
No, I'm good.
All right. I was gonna say another problem I have with digital is just hard drive space. My friend recently just traded in his PS3 because he only had an 80 gig, and he's been bouncing back and forth between only having a few games on his console at a time because he just doesn't have the room to have all the digital game he purchases on it at the same time. And that's something that I want. That's why I like physical copies. I like just opening my drawer and picking out whatever I want, as opposed to having to check my list of downloads and find something that, you know, I downloaded 2 years ago that I suddenly want to play.
to be fair, most new games that you buy a physical copy of will require you to download it. To be fair, like Battlefield 3. You can buy you buy the physical copy, you still have gigs and gigs to download. It was stupid, and you can't really trade those games despite being physical because.
How about
the way they're.
How about formatting? Because here's the problem. Here's another big thing. All right, let's just use the PS3 and the PS4 for example. Right? PS4 is going into a different realm, which means that the PS3 stuff is not going to be compatible on the PS4. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
So all that digital stuff that you bought, it's not going to move into your new PlayStation store on your PS4. So what's going to happen? Eventually, PlayStation's going to be like, you know what? We're done with the PS3. We're not going to make any more stuff for the PS3. We're shutting down that server because there's no need for it. So guess what? All your games are gone.
No, they save them to the PS3 themselves.
Say again?
All those games can be saved to the PS3 themselves.
Not if you run out of hard drive space, and you're like me, who deletes a game. So I delete Battlefield 3 so I can play
anything else.
Anything else, yeah.
Hitman Absolution, which is what I just downloaded, and now I want to play something else, so I delete Hitman. So now whatever's not on your hard drive, when they shut down those servers, you no longer own.
They'll just make you buy it again.
Exactly.
No,
release it in Super HD remix.
They'll have it on your account that you always own it.
Yeah, but he's saying like the PS4 is not going to be backwards compatible with the PS3.
Is that official?
So I'm not going to be able to re-download games I bought on the PS3 onto the PS4.
I think what's going to happen with all the next gen is they're not immediately going to have backwards compatibility, but they will open up a, I guess they might call it like a retro arcade, something along those lines, where you can go and download all of your old games and then play them
They're
won't be
going
a
for a
physical
cloud
copy.
service, right?
Well, that's what's going.
Yeah.
That's what's going to
I
happen.
thought
with
they were
Gaikai.
trying to go for a cloud streaming, which will shit on all quality that you would want from a game, from my perspective.
That's Gaikai.
If you're just trying to stream it.
That's cloud computing, right?
No, for the consoles as well. There, I thought that's the PlayStation 4 is trying to
Wes
do.
was saying the Gaikai system. They're hoping to open up the library to all the previous PlayStation games on the console, and at least they're showing signs of that. But there's no signs of that with Microsoft. At least I think so.
Yeah.
There's no signs of all the stuff that you already own. There's no signs of that being available to you for free on Gaikai. You're probably gonna have to repurchase it.
I think they're gonna have like subscription plans with Gaikai.
Subscription plans. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Probably, I could see that happening.
I mean, there's going to be initial shock with the change. There's going to be some things that don't work out correctly, but once we get into it and then move on from it, it will solve all of these problems that we're talking about.
Okay, but what about?
Absolutely.
It's not going to solve the problem of commerce and business, because it's gonna shut down a lot of stores that sell physical media.
No, it'll shut down GameStop.
And Best Buy.
No, Best Buy, they'll be fine. I mean, I guess
Best Buy, a full half of their store is physical copies of video of DVDs, Blu-ray, video games.
that they get are their PCs, their laptops, their TVs, their large, $200 plus purchases. That's
but now they're just turning into view it at Best Buy first and then buy it on Amazon later. So I mean, that's kind of the danger that we're talking about. Stores will slowly just kind of die out because people won't have a use for them once they can just sit at home and download it off their computer.
I personally don't see what's wrong with that.
There's danger in it. It sounds promising, but there is a danger, especially with, unemployment rates high in this country. I'm not going to say, this is causing the job market to crash once everything goes digital. It'll just leave a lot of people out of kind of smaller retail jobs that don't require too much skill.
Not just that. You have to remember, GameStop is like the biggest used game entity, but there are small mom and pop shops that do like used game trade-in type stuff.
That'll be like the legacy kind of stuff where you go there to buy an N64 in the games or the SNES. Try and go buy a copy of Super Smash Bros. For the N64. You're going to pay $90 if you find it.
Yeah.
Just as an example.
Unless you're really,
Garage
really, really
sales,
lucky.
man. Garage sales.
Unless you own a Wii, then
Like that shit.
But then those retro stores where you're going to buy the $90 copy of Super Smash Brothers, right? What do you think GameStop's going to do if they can't sell the current stuff?
Well, what's
They have
gonna
It's
happen?
super cheap and they'll sell it.
They have a huge backstock of, I don't know if you guys are aware, they have a huge backstock of old NES games, SNES, Nintendo 64, GameCube, all that stuff. All they're going to do is pull all that stuff back out and be like, we're going to be a retro game store now. So all the other little baby retro game stores that were out there that everybody was buying from, guess what? You're all going out of business because we're going to Starbucks you and just push you out.
It's capitalism.
Starbucks you. That was one of the other things we were going to talk about. That was beautiful. We have come right circle to where we wanted to go, which is the end of used game stores. Is it coming? And the GameStop thing. Well, I guess we kind of covered that with Brian being Brian. But GameStop considering going retro, they're opening up a whole 2 other different kinds of stores, aren't they? You mentioned.
Well, the two stores that have been rumored to be starting are going to be the retro game stores, which will sell all the backstock stuff that they have. The second one being a more kid-centric GameStop, so it'll be more child-friendly. It'll be like the Skylanders and the Disney Infinities and all that other stuff. Little Angry Birds plush toys all over the place.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah.
That'll be where you take your kid for Christmas or whatever.
But yeah, pretty
It's
much.
going to be a video game Disney store.
Yeah.
Yay.
That's what's going to happen. Those are the 2 rumors that are supposed to be happening. With GameStop going out of business, I don't see it happening anytime soon, just because they're such a huge corporation. On top of that, I'm having a brain fart right now. Hold on a second. Don't laugh. It's not funny.
Hold on, I'm gonna change screens randomly.
We're
Hold
here
on.
to help
Hold
and
on.
support you.
I'm trying to remember. Hold on. Wait.
Drink your beer. Drink your beer. There you go.
It's brain juice.
And he doesn't remember.
No. With GameStop, what's going to have to happen is they're going to have to change their business model more than anything else, and they will because they have to have some kind of think tank that's trying to figure this out.
They'll adapt. They're a big enough company.
Right. It might veer away. Actually, they're already trying to
That's
adapt.
that's what they said about Blockbuster.
True. They tried to do Netflix and failed.
Yeah.
Well, what have they been implementing? They've been implementing iPad trade-ins now, iPhone trade-ins. You can get like prepaid phone cards there, prepaid phones. So that they're struggling to find a way to stay in business, but they're still trying to find ways. Now the thing with video games is if everything ever goes digital, I'm not gonna drive to a GameStop to go get a freaking a code to download something. I'm just gonna go on my PlayStation and download it.
Well, do you think they might exist as a trading forum, like as a digital trading forum, if everything becomes digital?
You won't
Do
be
you
able to trade
understand
codes.
That's the thing. You won't be able to trade your digital content.
Right.
Well, I mean, I thought that's what we're trying to aim for. That once everything becomes digital, you'll be able to trade it.
I think that'll be up to Sony and Microsoft, like
I
for
think
trading
there's
credit
been
value.
several legislation or like court cases that have said otherwise because they try to do that for music. They tried to do that for there was a certain service once upon a time back when iTunes was young, and they tried to do like a used iTunes music collection, but because what it did was it would take away the music from one person's account and put it in someone else's. The original was deleted, and it would show up somewhere else. So they were like, we're not violating any copyright laws that way because the original one is gone. The court ruled that no, because you're making a new one anyway, and that's not your prerogative. You're not allowed to do that.
But right now in Germany, their version of the Better Business Bureau has a lawsuit against
That's true.
Valve,
They are Valve, yeah.
because they say that, hey, we want to be able to retrade our content. Since we own it now, we have the right to digitally sell it to someone else. So I don't know how that court case is going to turn out, but people are already wanting to be able to do that, have a digital used game market.
Yeah, that's true. That is going on in Germany because it's technically legal. You can do it, but it's against terms of service, and you can be banned for it. And that's where the problem exists right now. That was fun. What are you guys going to play this week? We've gone a little over time, but this was interesting.
Brian got fed up and left us.
Yeah, he took off. He was like, fuck this.
So did Ernesto. I'm watching him.
Oh.
They lost. I won. I'm victorious.
Victorious.
Yes! Yes!
No Pikmins. No Pikmins. No Pikmin.
There will be a lot of Pikmins on
Steph,
my
you're a little too excited for that game.
Okay,
Are you
swear,
kidding? It is so cute, and I
Pikmin-
can't play it. I don't have a Wii.
Pikmin 1, Pikmin 2, I got through both of them without losing a single Pikmin because my sisters would cry if I let one die. So,
That's pretty awesome, actually.
Never played Pikmin.
Oh, you're adorable.
It's like advanced Lemmings, pretty much.
It's advanced Lemmings. It's pretty true. I loved Lemmings. Are we showing our age when we talk about these games?
Yeah, pretty
I
much.
don't care. Lemmings, awesome.
Lemmings are awesome, though, so it's okay.
Yeah. I did have way too much fun blowing them up, though, afterwards.
you monster.
Right? Am I still a
Brian.
sociopath? I think I'm more of a sociopath now, right?
Hey, the
Yeah,
NSA
that
is going
is,
to use this whole conversation as evidence in their study, so...
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
damn. Well, I
that's what-
promise
that's what I'm
not to
playing on
blow up
Tuesday.
lemmings in real life. I'll leave that to Disney.
Guess what I'm playing on Tuesday? Guess what I'm
Guess
playing
what?
on Tuesday?
What are you playing
What are
on
you playing
Tuesday?
DuckTales, because that comes out.
Right. Did you pre-order it? Did you do the whole, it's cheap right now, get it? Get it
Sure did.
now.
Sure did.
Good.
My headset
Aw.
lights up.
I feel like we should all be like singing it. If we should all burst into song,
No.
that
No.
would be perfect.
No.
But
Not
we're
going
not,
on.
because you're
All
not cool
I know
enough.
is the ooh part.
Oh,
If we do start singing it, I want a choreographed dance number. I go big or go home.
I'm sorry, but if we start singing that song, I'm gonna have to turn the stream off because we're gonna hurt someone.
Nice. Alright, so back on
Nudist,
topic.
what are you playing?
Right now, I'm going back and playing Devil May Cry.
Which one?
Playing that on DMC, the remake with Ninja Theory.
Mm.
Yeah, playing
I
that.
tried playing that game twice, and they had 2 different openings for each version of the game.
Why?
I don't know. I tried to play the PC version, and it started out one way, and broke my computer because I had a shitty laptop at the time.
Awesome.
And then I tried playing it on the PlayStation 2, and it was a completely different beginning, and I got lost.
Are
That's
you
weird.
completely lost now?
That was just my memory of the game, but please go on, 'cause you know more
Sorry,
about this than I do.
I'm playing that, trying to go for the platinum, and then gonna bounce from that over to SSX. Play that then.
Oh, SSX. God, I love that game.
It was a good
That's
That
game.
such
game
a
was
good
amazing.
Go on.
So you finished Ni no Kuni then, I guess.
Oh my god, yes! For the past 4 or
Boo.
5 episodes, I've been saying that's all I'm playing.
That's all you're playing, and you're done. You're
Yeah,
done. You're finding
80
new things to do.
82 hours and 25 minutes to platinum.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, I'm dedicated.
You are a crazy sumbitch.
He's just trying to stock up those trophies for the next
Bid for
whatchamacallit.
greatness.
The bid
Yes.
for greatness.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I keep checking up on that, hoping I'll win something, but I know I won't.
Nice. How about Brian?
So, really just going to be playing YouTube.
You're gonna be playing
What's
the YouTube.
Well, that and Twitch. I'm going to be watching the Dota 2 tournaments a bunch.
I was gonna say you're starting to sound like my mother. I
but
am
one-
playing the YouTube.
But one game I keep going back and I keep playing it over and over again is Awesome Knots, which is basically a 2D scroller MOBA. And I just have so much fun with that game. And me, my little brother, and a friend of ours play like all the time, and we keep rising the ranks. I've gotten up to like top 1,000 people in the ranks. It's just too much fun. But I do want to mention the reason why I'm going to be watching YouTube a lot is because of all the stuff coming out about EverQuest Next.
Yeah.
That I am too stoked
Oh,
for that game.
The
Do you
game
mind
looks
if I
amazing.
interrupt you for a second?
Yes, sir.
I heard a rumor that the EverQuest Next is going to be Oculus Rift capable.
Yes. Well, I guess it is still a rumor, but they did talk about it. The number one thing I want to talk about for EverQuest Next is if you have a webcam on your computer and you have it hooked up to your game, the webcam records your facial expressions and puts it on your character.
No way.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow!
That's
I
crazy.
am stoked.
Wait,
I'm gonna be
so
like,
Kinect could do that,
Say what?
Oh man!
Could
So if I
Kinect-
turned on like cat faces or like you know those weird googly like
You know how many
webcam
people-
effects, can that work?
I
Like
don't know, maybe.
You know
will my character suddenly have balloon lips or like something?
No, but, I mean, you can make a kissy face and it does it. You can make an angry face and it does it. You can do all that stuff. So, I mean, that's
Constipated
really getting into role playing. And then
Oh,
one other
my.
thing, for each zone, they're gonna have many tiers of places that you can play.
Of
So,
children.
and it's gonna be destructible. So, if you're on the surface world, you can blow a hole in the ground while you're in the middle of a boss fight and accidentally drop half your party below ground where there's another boss. And then there's another tier below that. It's just, I've never seen any MMO with this many in-depth, like, role-playing elements to it, and I've never been more excited for an MMO. I was excited for WildStar. I'm excited for EverQuest Next now.
Oh, fuck
That's
you.
what I want to play.
That does sound pretty cool.
Wildstar.
Maybe not the only reason I would
Wildstar.
try to play that game, but
WildStar
you know.
all the way. Okay.
And, wait, we already went over what Ernesto is gonna do. His super manly. Gary, Still around?
Actually, you're going to be very surprised by this, but I have been playing Star Wars: The Old Republic
Yes!
with some of the Guild Umbra guys since
Guild
I did end
Umbra.
up joining.
Nice. You still
Rob
have
needs to go back to that.
Who?
you still have your characters, right?
Who
Are you
no,
playing
I
with
I
the?
moved servers.
Ooh. So you starting over?
Yeah, I didn't know. I only got to level 16 in the first attempt
Oh.
anyway, so it's not like I
Oh,
got
I
very
had
far.
like half the shiny things, and I looked like an alien ant. Because they're just taking
Only-
pieces of like, I don't know.
Only half the shiny
dinosaurs.
things.
They weren't very shiny looking, but you know, it's like the gear that you want.
But yeah, I will also be very intensely watching the live letter at 8 a.m. tomorrow for Final Fantasy XIV. So yeah, expect news from me after that.
It's cool. Cool
Nice,
stuff.
nice. Louis?
Surprisingly, I haven't played video games in a while. I've been traveling and doing, not
Being sick.
video game stuff. Yeah, being sick, I would be playing video games all the time. But I've been traveling. I went to the Guggenheim, which was awesome. I feel artistic and cultured.
Did you know the Guggenheim is shaped like a toilet bowl?
And then there's Mr. Army over there.
The architect. I lived in New York for a really long time. The architect who built the Guggenheim said that all modern art is crap, and he's going to put it where it belongs. Before
Oh, that's such bullshit. It's shaped like that's the weirdest looking toilet I've ever seen. If that's how it is. But
So you've been playing that outside game?
yeah, I've been playing outside, looking at all the great graphics and stuff, and Easter eggs, user content. I'm working up on my stamina still, and my character's strength attributes. You guys want the honest truth. I haven't been playing video games. If anything, I've been playing. Don't hate me.
Do you
Call of
lift,
Duty,
bro?
But
Do you even lift?
huh? Bro, do you even have to ask? Look at that guns. Yes, I've got an all my guns camo, all my camo's diamond, except for my knives. So that's all I'm working on. Call of Duty. Take it or leave
Nice.
it. That's what I'm playing.
That's fine. I'll give you a bro pound later.
Bro path.
That does not sound right.
That's one of
Damn.
these.
It's guy love.
Rob,
Rob.
Ah,
what
what?
about you? Sorry, I suddenly tried to call you Brad, and I was like, that's not right. That's not right.
My name's been changed to Brad? That's uninteresting.
I don't know.
Am I Brad Pitt? Do I look like Brad Pitt? Is that what the problem
Would you
is?
want to be Brad Pitt?
I'm sexy and I know it.
Brad Pitt.
I had to do it. Let's see, what am I playing? I'm playing sell all my shit and move out of state.
That's true. You are moving,
Yes.
so no time for gaming then, I guess.
I've been playing a little bit of Dota 2, Dawn Gate. Let's see.
While you
And
still
what
got
Firewall?
internet.
Yeah. Stuff while I can to keep me busy when I'm not busy.
Nice.
So if you're playing stuff to keep you busy while you're not busy, doesn't that still make you busy?
Video games isn't busy. You're silly. Stop that. What's wrong with you? You don't belong here. I joke. Heart. Nice.
Okay, what about you, Steph?
What about me? I hope to be playing more of the Payday 2 beta. I got a key from a friend. It's
Awesome.
not my kind of game, but I still hope that I will play it.
What?
I'm sorry, you would probably have appreciated more. I didn't really like the first Payday 2, or
know
the first
what?
Payday, I should say.
I'm done.
And he wants that game so hard, I should probably give it to him. But no, that game, I don't know. I get so bored playing it. I want to like it. And it was a present, so I should probably enjoy it. I hope he's not watching, because
I stood
I
up.
totally appreciate your gift.
I stood up and my nose instantly cleared. It was amazing.
So
Hey,
you started standing
Brad Pitt.
for a second?
Brad Pitt.
Yes.
Steph just gave me a key for the Payday 2 Beta 2.
Oh, fuck you.
Oh, I want to play that.
You know what? Here. This is
We're
what's
not
gonna
friends
happen.
anymore. You just killed our budding friendship.
Podcast.
Let's see. How can I fuck with this somehow? I need to
Just
Oh,
drop
knock
the
you
mic.
out.
Just drop
You're
the
gonna
mic.
give me ears or like some sort of funky nose. Aren't you?
No.
I knew it. I knew this is what was gonna happen.
You gave him a key and you didn't give me one? What the fuck? Man.
I don't have another key. He's just
Yeah, I know.
fucking with
Yeah,
you.
sure. Whatever.
I got an Apple too, so I wouldn't even be able to play it.
An apple.
I got an apple
Who
in my
plays
fridge.
on a Mac? Honestly.
I play
We
on a
can play
Mac.
Killing Floor. You guys, we're up to do another Let's Play soon.
We got
Let's
to.
do
We-
Claw Penguin.
We've been needing to do a Let's Play for the past 2 weeks. What's your point?
Been
We
needing
have.
to do some Let's Plays, so
Let's
better
bring
be a
back Club
game I'm
Penguin.
good at
It's like-
because I don't
hold on,
like being
hold on.
bad.
It's like, hey guys, you guys want to do a Let's Play? And everybody's like,
Yes.
who's that guy?
Oh no,
Oh,
Lou's
no.
doing something.
Google Effects
no, I'm sorry.
has been brought.
I closed it. Didn't
Thank
want to mess
goodness.
with the super serious conversation. that we're
Super
having right now.
serious conversation. We're professionsionals now.
Super
This is the
serial.
official podcast. I
You're
might
supposed to
add.
shake your finger at him.
Oh, right.
Oh,
I
my
just
bad.
smoldered.
But anyway, we have run a little later than we usually do.
We had too awesome a
Oh,
conversation
God.
to not.
Yeah.
We did. I'm sorry. I could not stop it. It was going too well. But
Just gotta let it happen.
now you know. Now you know. These are our views.
At the battle.
Brian thinks we're all dinosaurs, but
We are.
maybe.
I'm a clever girl.
All right, for anybody that's watching this in the audience or whatever, we're done. Now we're just bullshitting.
We're done.
Yeah, we're done.
We're done.
What
So-
Thanks for
I'm
staying
done,
with us
man.
this long.
Get out of
Go
here.
to
Are-
Game Skinny.
We are going
Wait,
to
hold on,
post
hold on,
it
hold
up.
on. Make sure you go to GameSkinny.com.
And watch it on there too.
Yes, you can download. Hopefully be able
Oh
to
my
download
God.
the.
This
Lou's
guy.
gonna come kill us all.
Oh God. Oh yeah.
My hat's
Please
across the room.
follow us because we have funny hats and things.
Shenanigans.
I need a hat.
And
You
yeah,
need my working camera first.
so just follow
We're done.
us. You'll love us. I swear.
We will maybe offer you cookies and
I
then
got
tell you
nothing.
that the cake
Oh,
is
I
a
have
lie.
something to say.
Cookies will never happen.
So what did you have to say?
What did you
I
have?
had to
Oh,
say something.
I have something to
We
say.
had
I
silence.
kidding.
totally had something to say,
Just
but I
kidding.
had to let the page load. No, you remember we did an interview with that Alex
No,
Yes.
from
Alex Harper,
Andalusian.
can't you-
Yeah, his Kickstarter is coming to a close. There's 5 days left, so it's not good. We're not gonna really. I don't know if we're gonna talk about it next time, but
Also-
yeah, he's getting pretty close to that goal. So
Also, expect
You
a
can do it,
Let's
man.
Play.
maybe we helped.
Hey,
Rob's
Hey.
got something.
hey,
Hey.
hey! Expect a Let's Play on that video game because he is going to be sending me a demo, or us a demo, to play for a Let's Play.
Because, quote, he
Sweet.
loves
I'm
us
in the
a lot.
beta. I'm in the beta. Does that count? I definitely pledged that much at least. I don't remember quite how much I did, but it was significantly more than $7. So
It was
Well,
$12.
congratulations. I'm
no,
an
I think
asshole.
more like 50 or
More like $7.
depending on how it goes. I could afford more. So
So are we just? This is what we should do, and if we're still airing this, sorry. What we should do is have like an extended cut version of this podcast.
Oh God, no. Oh, God,
yes.
no.
Would you like our crazy? Just let us know.
Pretty sure.
You know, I'm sure you'd like us with all our. I mean, look at Ernesto. He's got
Cheers.
Batman in a cup. Wait, no, his cup is Batman.
It's my beer koozie. What are you talking about?
Sorry, I couldn't
It's
see
just
it
bat
properly.
beer.
You were a tiny little window.
No, bat beer.
I thought the podcast was over, so I chugged one. I figured we were done.
Well,
Party
we
time
are
now.
now.
And then the bass drops.
To drop the bass.
Whoop, 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 whoop,
Harlem Shake.
whoop.
Oh God.
All right.
And we're out of here.
Friends
Yeah.
don't let friends do Harlem Shake.
Thanks for watching. I'll see
Thank
you
you,
guys
guys.
later.
Bye.
Bye.